Alex Bagutsky-Barron. I joined Bengal Bouts to stay in shape after high school, and I kept doing it for the team aspect, and I really love the cause that we're behind.
Hi, my name is Neil Syme. This is my 4th year of boxing. My favorite boxing moment is the first day of practice, the first year I ever fought. It was novice practice and completely got my butt kicked. Captains inspired me, and that's why I stuck around.
All right, so Syme and Bagutsky-Barron, let's head it into the ring.
Here to the ring for the introduction of this 140-pound finals bout. Introducing first, in the gold corner, a junior from Simsbury, Connecticut, representing Stanford Hall, here is Alex Bagutsky-Barron. And his opponent, a grad student from Tarrytown, New York, representing the ROTC department, the Pasquarella Center, here is Neil Syme.
So Syme looking for his first title in his 3rd try. He lost 2 years ago and 3 years ago to 4-time champion Jack Lally. Alex Bagutsky-Barron, first trip to the finals. He's in the gold and Neil Syme in the blue.
Interesting that the ref would let that go. Those were some punches to the back of the head in a clinch. Not sure we want to see that starting off this round.
You'll notice Syme, a lefty. Bagutsky-Barron has yet to face a lefty. He worked a lot this week with Father Brian Daly.
The key when you're facing someone in the opposite hand is to keep your outside foot outside of their front foot. So if you'll notice, Neil's going to try to keep his right foot outside of Bagutsky-Barron's left foot.
Last year as a sophomore, Bagutsky-Barron's first year doing it, he lost in the first round to Chris Tricarico, who we'll see coming up next in the 146-pound class. Neil Syme didn't participate last year. He's been involved with the Air Force ROTC, and he had time commitments. It made it tough to do that. He could have done it, but he found out too late. But he comes back. This is his 3rd year and his 5th year as a grad student. He's a transfer from Villanova.
You gotta like what both boxers are doing. Neil's is a boxer who's going to use the entire ring. Bagutsky-Barron is someone who wants to stay in the center of the ring. So it's two interesting styles clashing with each other. Syme landing a left. There you go, up there. The clenches and the punches afterwards. The refs got to watch out for those.
Final 25 seconds here, first round. Syme, he describes himself as a slow starter, and we saw that in the semifinals. A little slow through the first 2 rounds against Patrick Brennan, really turned it on in the 3rd round.
Absolutely, his fights in the first round against Patrick, just not really any pop to his punches. There's a few good punches to end this first round.
That does it here on the first round in the 140-pound class between Neil Syme and Alex Bagutsky-Barron. And Patrick, what did you see there? Because one of the things Alex talked about is he was going to try to use his height advantage because he does hold a few inches on the shorter Syme.
The advantage I really saw that Alex was using was every time they would clench, just throwing a few punches after they clenched. But no, I didn't see either boxer really establish themselves as the legit, favorite. I think both boxers have their strengths and they're playing to them. Neil's with his slow, methodical push, and when he throws a punch, he's deliberate with his punches. That 2 right there, that was a strong 2, but he wasn't forced into it. Bagutsky-Barron, he's going to throw a few more punches, and he can probably land a few more too. I think going forward from this, we got to make sure, if you're Neil's, always watching out for Barron's 3 and 4. If he gets underneath those and can get inside with a quick 1-2, 1-2, he'll turn, change the angle, score a few more punches. For Barron, hit with those 3s and 4s. Don't let Neil slip underneath them.
Neil Syme, one of the senior captains, going up against Bagutsky-Barron. Not nearly as much experience as Syme has.
Syme dancing around the ring, lands a 2. Bagutsky-Barron looks a little tentative right now.
Second bout of the afternoon here in the 140-pound class.
Now, if you watch, Alex just kind of showed his cards. Every time he's about to throw a 2, he leans back and cocks his punch.
And he's leaving himself open.
Let's see. He just has him in the corner. Just going to keep him there. Barad trading a few good punches there. Jumps out. That was a pretty even exchange. I don't know if I would score it either way.
Rolling on here in the second round. Feeling each other out. Syme ducking low, comes in, hits with the right.
The danger with ducking low, like Syme likes to do, is that you lose your orientation. You're not sure where you are in the ring. Lands a few good punches. If you see, every time he ducks down, he bends and looks at the floor. He doesn't see what's going on.
Syme very quick here.
A looping 2, 30 seconds left. He's giving him up, just checking on the equipment. Maybe looks like a blood timeout. So for the Bengal bouts, the blood stoppage time, you get 5 minutes of blood stoppage time. And if it takes you more than 5 minutes to stop the bleeding, the fight is called. So the referee stops the contest due to blood, and your opponent, who didn't have the 5 minutes for blood, is awarded the victory. Not a great way to go, but safety is the priority here at Bengal bouts.
Bouts Baron won in the preliminary round. Then in the quarters, a unanimous decision victory over Luke McCormick. And then in the semifinals, won by split decision against Ben Hoffner. On the other side, and Neil Syme, he had a bye for the preliminaries. And then back-to-back unanimous decisions over Keith Lowe and Patrick Brennan.
Let's see if Niels takes that target right on Alex's face and goes for the nose again. Looks like he knows what he's doing.
Came right out shooting for it.
Good defense by Syme. Now Syme's back in the corner. Syme's not afraid to be in the corner, but Barad's a different opponent than he's faced.
Syme able to get out of there. Landed a few as well.
Still stalking.
Closing out the second round.
Bouts Baran looks like he's more on his heels than on the offensive. Gloves are starting to get a little lower.
Dropping the hands too. That does it here on the second round in the 140-pound weight division. Syme and Bouts Baran in our second fight of the afternoon.
Now, yeah, it looked, Mike, like it opened it up just a little bit more during this round. Niels got a few heavy hits on Alex. Alex did a good job contending, though. I think, you know, when he's landing his punches, they're good punches. Unfortunately, what Niels does is he lands some powerful punches right on the face. That's what causes the bleeding. I'll tell you what, Niels goes right now, jumps out on him in the third round. This could be a very interesting fight going forward. But still, I think it's anyone's fight.
Yeah, and Niels been very aggressive. He typically is. And Bouts Baran, though, he's been working on his defense, trying to move around the ring more. Is that what you have to do against a fighter like Syme?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and one thing, Syme likes to move around the ring. And so sometimes you have to cater to that. You can't just stand in one spot because then you're never going to engage with the fighter. Alex has to make sure, like I said, the 3s and the 4s, they have to connect. His 1s and 2s have to be straight and straight back to his face. Syme's going to go after that nose. Having a bloody nose, it's basically like having a target right in the middle of your face.
So third round coming up. 140-pound class, Neil Syme, his third trip to the finals, trying to get his first title, trying to put champion on his jacket, as he said.
Landing those 1-2s. He's getting those 2s right on the face. Barad's got to keep those hands up. Either slip or parry the 1 or parry the 2. 1 and a 2, both to the face. Baraz still struggling to land a punch there, gets a few.
Baran takes him to the ropes. Syme quickly able to escape.
Looks like Baran's throwing 1s and 2s, but he's throwing them with his hands down. So he starts from his waist and then throws a punch rather than starting from your face, making him faster and snappier. And we'll see if he keeps his hands down like that, he's going to keep getting hit.
Minute 30 to go here in the third round.
The medical staff, let me tell you, Mike, on hand, they're incredible. They know what they're doing. They're into it. They're very attentive to what's going on. They've been around the Bengal bouts for more than just 3 or 4 months. I mean, every time that we spar, they're in the ring. They're watching over us. And they've been here for 10, 15 years, some of them. They're very involved. They like the guys. They know the guys by name. And they love to see the fights.
Yeah, and really just stretching that to a broader perspective. This organization is so well run. We saw it through the first few rounds. You have the 2 rings going over at the Jack Fieldhouse. So much support staff there, including those medical personnel. And they do a great job in putting this event on.
Yeah, it's like a well-oiled machine. As we get going, the last minute, 30 seconds of this third round, Niels lands a double jab, right to the face. He's quick with those punches. You see, like Mike said earlier, a slow starter, but Niels is starting to pick it up.
Bouts Baron dropped his arms, and Syme came right in, lands a big right.
That's a standing 8 count right there, maybe some blood. Yep, standing 8. It's almost like Niels felt out his opponent, saw where his weaknesses were, waited till the 3rd round and pounced.
Landed a few big ones there in those 30 or 40 seconds coming back out after the reset.
So we're looking at some more blood stoppage. Niels, like I said, he's got that target right on the middle of his face for Alex. That was just incredible. Niels backing up, baits Alex to chase him, plants his feet, and throws a great 1-2 combo right to the face.
Niels Syme trying to get that first title. 2 losses to Jack Lally, who's in attendance here this afternoon.
Niels straight back to the face. Barral lands one, that's good for him.
Up against the ropes. The few times he's gone back there, able to get away so quickly has Syme been.
It's almost like he wants to be there, Mike. It's almost like he wants to be there.
35 seconds remaining. 3rd round action, 140 pounds.
2 after 2 after 2. Alex is frustrated now. He's very sick of this blood timeout thing. You know, sometimes your body just doesn't want to cooperate with you and you continue to bleed.
They'll keep working on him. Very quick first fight that we saw. This one a little more choppy, and it looks like that'll close it out.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to have our first RSC of the day. It's going to be due to blood. So the winner will be Syme in the blue corner. Great fight for both of them. Tough way to go when you have to have an RSC because of blood, but the fact that you got to the finals speaks volumes.
And we'll send it down into the ring to see the winner in the 140-pound class.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if I may direct your attention to the ring for the results of this 140-pound weight division. With a referee stop contest in the 3rd round, your champion in the blue corner, Niels Syme.
Niels Syme, there it is. His first title in his 3rd try, and he gets it here as the graduate student. His 3rd year here in the program, 4th at Notre Dame, and a big one for him.
Yeah, great fight. Really good combinations. We're seeing right now what happens when you plant your feet and really rotate the body. The 1 and the 2 straight to the face. Syme loaded up on those, and it paid off. Tough loss for Alex, but he'll be back.
So